And we got ourselves another What If Archetype from the one and only S-Code Knight. And this is an archetype that really needs support, Ciphers. Because, they got some good cards in there, I'm not gonna lie. We need support like, say, Cipher Twin Raptor. That is an excellent piece of support. And we need less support like, we changed Kinetic Soldier's name to be Cypher Soldier. So, like, now if your Cypher monster attacks a warrior monster, it gains 2,000 attack points. I love 2003 Yu-Gi-Oh! Even in 2003, that wasn't good. It's not even good, let alone now. But yeah, look. They have technically given Cypher support. Like, they gave us Galaxy Eyes X Cipher Dragon, something like that. And not gonna lie, that is a really good piece of support, and it's got some really clean artwork. I'm never gonna take that away from them. But they need more than just, here's another Galaxy Eyes Dragon. That's nice, could we have more? No! Vote on it in a TCG poll. In which case, we're gonna do it once, Inzectors will win, and then we'll never do it again. Although, how many times in my life have I said I do this thing more often? Anyway, the point is, we got What If Archetype Ciphers. I trust that S-Code Knight can fix them. You're automatically doing better than Konami because you're supporting them. Now watch us get Cipher support. Hey, you can only hope, right? Let's get into it.
Hello and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of the multiverse.
So,
S-Code Knight is back at you with another What If support video. You know, I really do love underdogs. I'm always down for shedding on light on things that don't really get enough credit.
So what's an underdog like Kite Tenjo? What?
And when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm sure we all have that one deck that we like, even if it is a little sucky.
Yeah.
In my case, there are two. Appliancers, which I'm surprised I haven't made a video on yet.
One day.
And the subject for today's video, Ciphers. This was a deck used by Kite from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. It's an Xyz archetype that's focused on summoning rank 8 monsters. More specifically, it's Ace, Galaxy Eyes, Scyther Dragon.
Who looks really cool.
What makes this one so special?
Robbery, my dear boy! Scyther Dragon has the ability to steal the opponent's monsters and turn them into Scyther Dragons. In fact, the deck's main strategy is summoning as many Scyther Dragons as humanly possible to overwhelm your opponent.
Him showing up in Arc 5 wasn't like
an
oh no moment.
Have a pretty decent extra deck, complete with some pretty cool upgraded forms, like Cypher Blade. The problem, though, is actually getting into them with the main deck monsters.
Yeah.
Get this. This is an Xyz archetype focused on summoning rank 8s with 0 level 8 monsters.
It just makes so much sense.
I mean, it was very important that he...
Sorry. Have to make that.
Instead, the handful of main deck monsters we actually have focus on making your monsters level 8. And by that, I mean biplane and wings.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Wing can special summon itself, which is handy, but trimming itself to make our monsters level 8 isn't very good. Biplane's great, though.
When it came to Arc 5 reincarnations. In fact, this whole archetype is considered a bit of a black sheep in comparison to its cousins, Galaxy and Thoton.
It's not
so, while Konami panders to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series for the 47th goddamn time...
This week...
Seriously, who asked for another Blue Eye Synchro?
Mike.
Hey, that's my bit. We're gonna look back and give the underdogs some time in the spotlight.
Hey,
so,
I kind of like the Synchro Ultimate Dragon. That was kind of cool.
We're gonna add some level 8s,
in my opinion.
Obviously, plus some more efficient ways of making the monsters level 8.
It was a little cool.
We don't need no stinking level 8s. We're smart enough already.
Are you kidding me? You know who you are.
Looking at me. Plus, a couple cards in the archetype focus on restocking overlay units, so I'll be adding those as well. And lastly, I'll be adding a couple new upgraded forms for Cypher Dragon. You see, taking inspiration from its already existing upgraded forms, such as Cypher Blade and Scyther X, you'll not only be able to summon these new monsters with Scyther Dragon, but also monsters that you steal from your opponent.
Ooh.
Because remember, monsters Galaxy Eyes steals become Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragons. So, with all that said and done, let's stop rambling and get into this. I'm S-Code Knight, and this is the new support I came up with for Ciphers.
Look forward to it. Start with the monsters, of course. Cypher Recon Drone, level 4 light. Is a machine effect monster with 1500 attack and defense. Sorry, something in my throat. If this card is normal or special summon, add 1 Cipher card from your deck to your hand, and if it's a monster, you can make this card level 8 until the end of the turn. Interesting way of looking at it. You can add any card from the Cipher Archetype from your deck to your hand, but if you choose a monster, which automatically means that it's not too broken as you're getting an extra benefit going that way, making you implied to want to pick monster, your monster becomes level 8. And if you just need a spell or trap, then you don't get to become level 8, but that's kind of a trade-off you gotta go with. During either player's main phase, quick effect, you can attach this card from your hand or graveyard to a rank 8 or higher Cipher monster you control, but banish it when it's attached to material. You can only use each effect once per turn. That's nice, giving them their own little Cipher Entrangler or Estrangler or something like that. The level 1 one. Or I guess Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon in a sense if you want to keep it with Galaxy Eyes. Yeah, being able to equip itself in the graveyard and give them an extra overlay unit, which is always handy, because, you know, if you like Monster Reborn it, for example, or something like that, yeah, they're going to need an overlay unit if they want to steal monsters, so there you go. And plus, you could just run out of material the old-fashioned way. So, yeah, off to a really good start. A Searcher that also becomes level 8 and then can attach to material. Solid start. The stats aren't terrible for level 4. Cipher Wyvern, level 4, Light. Machine effect, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. If this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower light machine monster or 1 Cipher monster from your hand or graveyard. Interesting how it allows for light machines. I'm just imagining me like Cyber Dragons come in my support. If the summon monster is a Cipher monster, you can add 1 Cipher Wings from your deck to your hand. Interesting. So if this thing can be played in other machine decks, but it was primarily made for the the Ciphers, because if you summon a Cipher monster, you get a bonus effect, in which case add a Cipher Wings, in which case Cipher Wing isn't terrible. Like, the special summoning condition itself is like, free monster. Free real estate. Who can argue with that? But the whole, I attribute myself to make other monsters level 8 is like, why can't you just become level 8? Like, freaking Galaxy Cleric got that one right. Why couldn't you just be Galaxy Cleric? Either you become level 8, or you attribute yourself to add a Galaxy card from my deck to the hand. I don't need you to attribute yourself to make other things level 8. Or you know what, you can even keep the make other things level 8. Just have yourself be level 8. Ah. Why is everything gotta be so complicated? Anyway, if a rank 8 or higher Cipher... Wait, I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. If a rank 8 or higher Cipher monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you can, or would leave the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can attach this card from your field or graveyard to that monster's material instead. You can only use each effective Wyvern once per turn. So, I think, maybe it's... You can attach this card from your field or graveyard to the... So let me get this straight. Like, let's say I have a Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon on the field. My opponent uses Raigeki, tries to nuke my field. I can then move this thing as equipment or, like, attach to it like an equipped spell, or what's most likely meant here as overlay unit. And then, boom, my monster isn't destroyed in that or gone or anything like that instead. It's an interesting strategy, at least. Not only do I not minus, I plus. Thank you for trying to nuke my board. Now suffer the consequences, biatch. I'm going to try to nuke your board. How about no? You fool! But yeah, interesting little piece of tech. Honestly, the special summoning a monster in the first effect is great, and then the extra effect is just like a bonus. So, you know, good. Anyway, moving on. Cipher Glider, level 8 lights. Oh look, we have a level 8 now. Yay! It's a machine effect monster with no attack, but 1800 defense. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, that's atrocious. A level 8 monster with 0 attack points and 1800 defense points? What is this? Even 2002 didn't do that, because at least when they did that with the Millennium Wall, Millennium Shield, they had 3k defense. That's atrocious. This thing better have this thing can be special summon condition. During your main phase, you can target one level 4 or lower Cipher monster you control and special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, that target becomes level 8. Okay, well, we'll let it slide, I guess. Based on the fact that, you know, it can just, like, okay, you got level 4 on the field that can't change its own level, I'll do it for you, don't worry about it. And we both become level 8. It's like, okay, I'll let that one go then. I guess. I guess it would having that and become... Yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep reading. A rank 8 Light Dragon Xyz monster, specifically, that uses this card's material gains the following effect. If this card is Xyz summoned, it can attack twice per turn. Only use each effect once per turn. I like the giving it the beneficial, like, if this thing is blank, it gains an effect. That's always a fun little thing to me. Like, you know, just like, if X happens, do Y. It's kind of fun. I like how it's a little Light Dragon, but the Xyz, it's like, you might as well say Galaxy Eyes Cipher Dragon at that point, but you don't want to, like, pigeonhole yourself, I guess. Hey, honestly, the only problem I have with this card is the stat line. Just like 1800 defense. Really? It couldn't be like 2800 or something like that, or like 2300. I don't know. I'm a simple guy. I see like low stats on a high level monster. It's like, you think I'm gonna friggin' tribute summon you? Well, the answer is no, because you don't have to tribute summon this thing. But it's still one of those things where it's like, are you out of your mind? No, that's a twist. You pendulum summon it. Thinking long term here. Anyway, moving on. Cipher Charge Knight, another level 8 light. Machine effect, obviously. 2800 attack and 2600 defense. See, that's how you do it. It's not that hard. Just give me good stats. It's not too much to ask for. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. However, reduce the attack of all monsters you control that have a level to 0. That's high risk, high reward if you got a board full of monsters and then you're just like, none of you got everything. Well, granted, they're all Xyz. That doesn't matter. They have to have a level for that to happen, but still. Hey. Hey, but no pain, no gain. And plus, if you only got one other monster on the field, for example, yeah, it's not too big a deal. Heck, if this thing's the only thing on the field, you can do it. You don't have to control another monster. It's like, this thing could be it, and it's free. I think it's supposed to be like a Galaxy Knight in a sense. Which is helpful. It's a more upgrade version of it, considering you don't have to have a Galaxy monster on the field to do it. But you are losing more stats, because Galaxy only loses 1,000, whereas this thing's like, you lose everything. During your main phase, you can target one rank 8 or higher Cipher monster you control. Attach this card on the field, plus one Cipher monster in your graveyard to that target as Xyz material. Jeez, that's quite a bit. I guess you have to be on the field. This thing would have to be on the field for that to work. Yeah, it has to be on the field. So, like, if you have this thing, like, let's say your Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon runs out of material, you can then equip this thing and a Cipher monster from the graveyard to it as Xyz material. Or heck, your Cipher Dragon doesn't even have to be out of material. It could just, like, you could just be like, I want more. It's that simple. But, yeah, it's just, it's, the bonus effect is handy, and just like being able to, just the free real estate's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Not gonna lie, just like during your main phase, special summon this thing. Yeah, it'll have no stats, but it's a free body. And friggin' rank 10 trains taught me that Night Express Knight is a good card. It doesn't matter if it goes from 3,000 to 0. It's gonna be very useful because the things can special summon this very easily, like Derek Crane and stuff like that. 0 stats? I'm not playing you for your stats, boy. Anyway, yeah, good card. Moving on. Xyz monsters. Going to the extra deck now. Cipher Paladynamo. Level 4, rank 4, light. I'm just going to stop saying machines, and by that I mean I'm going to keep saying machines and spite myself. Anyway, it's a Xyz effect monster with 2,000 attack and 1,000 defense. It takes 2 level 4 light monsters. During another player's main phase, quick effect, detach 2 materials from this card. Target one monster the opponent controls and either reduce its attack to 0 or attach it to one face-up Cipher Xyz monster you control, except this card. You can only use this effect once per turn and only one stat turn. Interesting. So I know it's obviously going to be like Starleech Paladynamo, detach 2 materials, negate the effect, attack go to 0, stats go to 0. And Starleech Paladynamo is not a bad card. It may be power crept to heck, but like if I have a light deck, I'm just like, I'm gonna try to put a Starleech in there, just because sometimes you run into that problematic boss monster, just like, I don't want to deal with you. Just gonna negate your everything and make you the weakest chump alive, and then kill you. And heck, when Starleech dies, you get to draw a card, so it's not like you're losing anything in the long term. It's just a solid card, and this thing's solid too. You can keep the effect of reducing its attack to 0, although you're not negating the effect. So that's But you can also. Sorry, Sorry. You can also make an Xyz material for another light dragon you control, so if that thing's up being a problem and it's just like negating effect isn't going to do anything, how about you get into this thing? How about you just become an overlay unit for this? Excuse me, what? You heard me. Oi. So yeah, that's a pretty powerful effect. If this card is destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard, then attach this card from your graveyard to that monster as material. So this is just like one up, obviously, from like draw one card, because drawing one card is nice, don't get me wrong. But summoning a monster for free, and then this thing being a material for, just like even friggin' better. And you can summon that Cipher Dragon from anywhere. This thing is just going to allow your combo extenders. This is sort of like Starly Lord Galaxion and Cipher Dragon put into one, which is just mwah. This thing is really good, and obviously you play in the deck, no duh. Galaxy Eye Cipher Interface Dragon, rank 8 light. 2500 attack, 3000 defense. It's a dragon Xyz effect monster. Because as soon as I say I'm going to stop mentioning the machines, the dragons show up. 2 level 8 light monsters. This card's name becomes Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon while face up on the field, but not in the grave or in the extra deck or any of that stuff that would cause problems. It's just strictly on the field. If a Cipher Xyz monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can detach one material from this card. Activate one Cipher interface from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Well, obviously we're going to get into that later. You can't set that up for nothing. Unless Cipher interface is one of those cards that exist. Isn't that one where like doubles the attack, or is that like Cipher double tension or something like that? We'll see if we get into it later. If we don't get into it later, I'll probably forget, or I'll just like look it up. But yeah, okay, good. So your opponent is battling opponent's monster, just attach to activate a card from the deck or grave. Not bad from a starter, eh? If this card is a card, I apologize. If this card is detached from a rank 8 or higher Cipher monster, that monster cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, until the end of the turn, until the end of the next turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. Nice, so it's attached, it gets a bonus effect and a little protection, so you're just like trying to get, so if you're like sealing an opponent's monster, you can, if you detach this thing, you can also make it so that monster can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, which makes it even better in that regard. Kind of reminds me of a, what was it, not Super Heavy Samurai, Shiranui Smith. If you summon it with, if you like summon Shogun Saga and then banish Smith with it, not only does your Shogun Saga gain 1000 attack points, but with Smith's effect, it also can't be destroyed by battle until the end of the turn, which isn't the best protection, but it's still protection, which it didn't have before. So I can't call it bad overall. So yeah, that's a handy effect for a handy monster. Let's see how good Cipher Interface is later, though. Galaxy Eye Cipher Blaster Dragon, rank 8 light. I'm sorry, wait, is that rank 9? Did I miscount? I'm just gonna go back a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's 9, alright. Okay, geez, rank 9 monster. Take that Neo Ultimate Cipher Dragon thingamafudger. 3 level 9 light monsters. You're not summoning this thing legitimately. You can, but you're not going to. 3,500 attack, 2,000 defense. Once per turn, you can Xyz summon one. I'm gonna start over. Once per turn, you can Xyz summon Galaxy Eye Cipher Blaster Dragon by using a Cipher Dragon monster you control as material. Transfers material to this card. So you can go into. Oh no, you can't. You cannot go into Galaxy Eye's Dragon, then Cipher Blade, and then this thing. That's illegal because Cipher Blade cannot be used as Xyz material. It even says strictly on the card. They knew what they were doing. They were future-proofing. They're not idiots most of the time. Generally. Look, if Konami were idiots, the game would have died a long time ago, is my point. Well, full idiots. I'm going to keep reading. Once per turn, and only once that turn, if your opponent special summons a monster, quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card. Negate that monster's effect. If you do, destroy it. Alright, this guy, strict negation. You're trying to split summon a monster to get over it? No. It's really funny against pendulum decks, though. Yeah, because it's all that's one big all the pendulum summons are one giant special summon, which I imagine was the point, considering Kite did fight Yugioh, and it was a no contest result. But that would be a funny way of being. Imagine he had this thing against Yugioh. I pendulum summon my Odd Eyes Dragon, then I'm gonna go into Dark Rebellion, and no. How about no? If this Exceed Summon card you control is destroyed by battle with an opponent's attacking monster or destroyed by the opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon in your graveyard. Special summon it. Okay, so the last effect kind of crowds the bed, but they can't all be winners, I guess. I guess when you're doing so much, at some point you're gonna have to, like, you know, stop. Hey, but you're instant ranking up this thing with a Cipher Dragon monster, so that's good. And giving the negation effect is pretty alright. But this thing has so many, the backlash, so it's like, if this Exceed Summon card you control is destroyed by battle of an opponent's attacking monster specifically, that's gotta be like an anime reference or something. Or card effect. Into the grave, you can special summon the Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon from your graveyard specifically, not from the extra deck, which is like something even Paladynamo did. And this thing's harder to summon, theoretically. So, yeah. I mean, it's good that it replaces itself. I'd rather that than have no effect. It just dies, but it just feels like after the Paladynamo, it would have been better to do more, I guess. I don't know. It almost felt like Paladynamo and this thing should have swapped the last effects. But that's just my opinion anyway. That's just how I would do it, I guess. Galaxy Eye Cipher Armor Dragon is a level 9 that takes rank 9. A rank 9, James. Is a rank 9 dragon exceeds effect monster with 2800 attack and 3500 defense. You're just making walls, my dude. It takes 3 level 9 Light Machine monsters. You're definitely not doing that unless you're role-playing as Quinton from Zexal. Deep Space Cruiser 9 Supremacy! Once per turn, you can also exceed summon Galaxy Eye Cipher Armor Dragon by using a Cipher Dragon monster you control as material. Is this a reference like the Dragon Armor thing from the anime? And technically the real life thing? Maybe. Transfer the material to discard. Your opponent cannot target Cipher monsters you control with card effects except for this one. This thing's gonna be like my body as a shield. You cannot hit anyone except me. Do it all to me, buddy. Which, to be fair, he is armor, so it makes sense that he would be playing a shield. If your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, quick effect, detach 2 materials from this card, negate the activation if you do, destroy it. Okay, so these two are this thing and the last one are like Evozar Lagieg, Evozar Dolka. I negate spells and traps. I negate summons. Wait, it's like I negate monster effects. I negate summons in general. Which one will you decide? Oh, this one's a bit better because Lagi is kind of better in every way, even in terms of stats. I believe. I mean, negating monster effects is good, but I sometimes just want to be like, I've summoned it. No, you're not. No, I'm not. But hey, it's good that it got an effect in general. Anyway, you can only use this effective Cipher Armor Dragon once per turn. Also, you must control a face-up monster whose original name is Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon to activate this effect. So I gotta have a Cipher Dragon in original name or to activate the negation effect. But again, I guess you're negating a lot with spells, traps, or monster effects. So I guess that makes sense. This was going good at the start, and now it's like it's kind of weaker in that regard, I guess. I don't know. It's good protection, though. Yeah, although it has a lot of protection and it has a strong booty, but But then again, I guess sometimes you don't want a monster with a, hide the effect. Sometimes you just be like, I just need a wall, my dude. I don't need your effects. I just need to hide behind you for a while where I try to collect myself, Anyway, I guess for a wall, not bad. You sometimes just need that wall on the deck. Something to hide behind. Now for the spells and traps. Cipher Reflect. Spell card. Normal. Target one level 4 or lower Cipher monster you control. Either add one Cipher monster from your deck to your hand, or special summon one monster with the same name from your hand or deck. Nice, so just like if you got a Cipher monster in the field, get another one with the same name. Makes Cipher Wing a hell of a lot easier, I'll tell you what. What's that? You got a Cipher Wing on the field? Now you can get another one. Or summon it right from the deck, which you probably would do, but Sometimes you might want it in your hand just to be like, just in case for later, In case everything goes to crap, as it tends to do with my luck. I have one for later. If a rank 8 or higher Cipher monster succeeds summoned to your side of the field, you can attach this card from your graveyard to that monster as material. Nice. So, like, another cipher, ciphering triangular in a way. Just like, we're going to give the ciphers all the Exceeds materials in this one. It's like, they need all the help they can get, because Lord knows they need it. Which is good. Good to give them support in that regard and stuff like that. So, yeah, nice. Good card. Cipher Zone. Field Spell. I imagine this would be like, similar to Sargasso's Lighthouse, except, you know, remove the lighthouse, something like that. That's just how I picture it. Or just a JPEG of space. You can't really go wrong with space. Just tear up a picture of anything and it's fine. They have a picture of space, but it's where all the Alien X's live from Ben 10. Okay, maybe not go that far from space. Anyway, if a monster you control that was controlled by your opponent would return to their side of the field, and that monster's name is not its original... This is so specific. It does not. And that monster's name is not its original. It does not. That's a typo left in by accident, I bet. During your main phase, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Cipher monster from your graveyard. If you do, its level becomes 8. Or, during your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can attach this face-up card to one rank 8 or higher Cipher monster you control as material. Also gains 2,000 attack until the end of the turn. Each effect once per turn. Oh, wait. I see what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to reread the first effect again. If a monster you control that will be controlled by your opponent that would return to its side of the field, and that monster's name is not its original, it does not. So, like, okay, it's the end of the turn, you gotta give me my monster back. This quick play spell says I don't have to. Bitch! This card says it's mine now. You gotta do what the card says. I guess that what threw me off. It just said it straight up, like, it does not. It's like, that's not how Konami would. They would have written in a 5-paragraph essay and semicolon lines. It's like, actually, in this certain scenario, you do not have to have the card after. Just say no! Problem-solving card text. We gotta explain it in great detail to make sure this is idiot-proof, which ironically makes it harder for idiots to understand. And yeah, I'm speaking for myself in regards to that. Anyway, special one Cipher monster. Yeah, it's also handy that you can special one Cipher monster from the graveyard and make it level 8 instantly. And you can attach this thing to a rank 8 or higher monster to give it extra 2,000 attack points, which is nice. This thing is really freaking handy. A good field spell. I can do a lot of things. I called a quick play earlier. I meant field. Whoops. Brain fart. But yeah, Cipher Zone. Nice. I also like how it's a bit based off of Neo Space in a way. It's like Neo Space says the card doesn't have to, that the Neo Fusions don't have to return to the extra deck. This thing says that you don't have to give back the monsters you stole. It's mine now, biatch. Our monster. Rank up magic. Cipher shift. Quick play spell. Here's a quick play. During either player's main phase, target one Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon you control, or one Cipher Dragon monster originally owned by your opponent you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Cipher Exceeds monster that is one rank 9 or 10 by using that target as Exceeds material. This reading is going to summon Exceeds material is attached to the monster to become the Exceeds material on the summoned monster. Can only activate one rank up magic Cipher shift per turn. Alright. I do like that about, that's another good thing about Galaxy Eye Cipher X Dragon, just to be like, okay, I've stolen your monster. And now it's even more, and it's a giant monster. Have fun! I don't know what Cipher X Dragon does after that filming, to be honest. Like, I don't know its actual effect. I just know that it's just like, give me back my monster! No, in fact, it's even more of my monster now! Bitch! Honestly, after that, it could have been a beat stick and it would have been fine. Like, I don't know. It's like the freaking Kaiju thing. It's just like, what does Gamma CO do? It tributes my opponent's monster. And? I don't really know after that. I don't care after that point. I know what it does. I just don't care. But yeah, this thing can essentially, like, you have Cipher. You said you have Cipher X Dragons. That's okay. This thing will make you a Cipher X Dragon. Or maybe you don't want to go into Cipher X Dragon. It's your opponent's turn just to be like, I stole your monster, bitch. And now it's even more mine, as I keep saying. Alright, not only is it mine, it's now Exceeds material. I don't think you're going to transfer new material. It is kind of funny, though, to take an effect monster, and, like, one monster by itself, and then be like, and now I'll rank it up. Excuse you? That's not how that works. This card says it is. Damn it! If the card says it, it must be true. It is funny how in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like we have these very strict ruling process and how it works, but then like one card comes along and says, actually you can do it this way, and it's just like, okay, screw the rules then. What? Good card, very handy. Beats our current thing. Cipher emerges, continuous trap. Yeah, beats their current quick rank up magic card, which is just like, here's battle protection, and no, that's it. Anyway, once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target one rank 8 or higher Cipher monster you control. Attach one monster from either player's graveyard to that card's material. And if you do, it gains 300 attack points for each material it has until the end of the turn. Very handy, so you can just like, once per turn, just be like, you know that monster you have in the graveyard? Yeah? Gimme. Also, I'm getting stronger for each one I steal, which is kind of like a Time Thief Redoer in a way, I guess. Like, just the fact that you're just being like, mine, except Redoer doesn't get stronger by God. That's like how you make Redoer even more annoying. Also, it gets bigger every time it's yoinks a card. Redoer's already annoying with its 3 effects, don't make it worse. Hey. If this card is... Well, to be fair, it's until the end of the turn, but you get the idea. If this card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon one Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon from your graveyard or banishment. Ugh. Then attach this card to his material. I hate your banishment. They went out of their way to not call it the Banished Zone. Anyway, enough yelling at clouds. I do think that this thing has a good effect, just like special summon the Cipher Dragon. It has to be from the graveyard or the Banished Zone, but other than that, it's fine. I mean, it's still not being the Star Liege Paladynamo copy, or the Cipher Dynamo, or whatever they call it. Star Liege Cipher? Something like that. But yeah, honestly, just like the constant of stealing of overlay units, stealing of monsters from the graveyard and beefing it up a bit is good. And just like, everyone's probably not going to blind MST this thing. Well, they might, but you know. It's good that it has a graveyard effect just in case. You never can be too careful. Moving on. Cipher Heart, normal trap. Target 3 rank 8 or higher Cipher Exceeds monsters in your graveyard or banishment. I also thought I was going to say on your field, and it's like, well, this is automatically trash. What am I doing, an anime moment? But no, it's in the graveyard or banishment. Okay. And or 3 Cipher monsters, dragons you control. I guess if you're having a main deck one on the field, it's not impossible. Special summon one rank 9 or 10 Light Exceeds monster from your extra deck. Then attach those targets to that monster as material. No. Well, okay, so like you got like 3 rank 8s or like Cipher Dragons you control, and then you just freaking like special summon one from the extra deck and then equip it to that thing. It's like, why not just say it exceeds summons? No, that would be too complicated. Well, I think it's trying to like cheat summoning restrictions in a way, just like. So you could summon the one that's like, I need machine monsters. No, you don't. This card says you don't. Okay. This special summon is treated as Exceed summon, which I guess it wouldn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if it legally is. It matters if it's treated as such. You can banish this card from your graveyard, return 3 Cipher Exceeds monsters in your graveyard or banishment to your extra deck, then draw 1 card. That's where I thought this was going. Also, you can only use this once per turn. That's where I thought it was going. Just like, yeah, if you got the 3 in the graveyard, this is Pot of Avarice, essentially. Which isn't bad, to be fair. Sometimes you do need that, recycling of resources. But I do like how it's like, just, here's a Galaxy-Eyes monster, here's 3 materials for it for free as well. Just, go get him, champ. It's a one-of, to be honest. You're not going to use it that much. Like, you might Foolish Burial Goods it, for example, just like, in case you need that recyclability. And you do need that recyclability sometimes, but that first effect is probably not going off very often. Although I'm going to be proven wrong, to be fair.
And with that is another What If Archetype video done.
Woo!
Tell me what you thought of this new support, and which veteran from Arc 5 do you think got the better end of the stick? Also, which deck do you like despite its many problems? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. I'm S-Code Knight, and I shall see you guys next time. Peace!
I don't really need to tell you what deck I think it is, despite the many problems, but to be fair, Battling Muxer's got support recently-ish, so can't be too... What the heck? Oh, frig. He threw in a frickin' thing for Unleashed. Nice. I didn't know about this. I was waiting for this.
time.
Jeez, Draco.
No! Stop! Stop! Just stop attacking! This isn't right. I warn you, Greendale. I've got a monster in my graveyard that can stop your attack and give me the chance to win the duel.
This is Masterless versus Draco.
It's over. No matter what you do, I can still win the duel. Fear me! Fear me!
Oh. I still do. But not even fear can last forever. Ultimate Dragon, put an end to this nightmare. One last try. Final Delta Stream!
God, that was almost like 2 years ago now. Almost, not yet.
Oh.
That duel took forever, but it was so entertaining to watch. Draco just would not go down. He kept getting knocked down, but he kept getting right back the frig up. What a true
Draco? Draco, speak to me! What happened to Draco? Get the medic staff.
He
now.
collapsed.
Those gashes are disturbing. If we're gonna save him, we'll have to... It's no use. It's too infected. We're going to have to...
Amputate. Grace. It's too infected. We have no choice. We must turn him into a gotcha character. No! That was a really impressive outro. Good work on that one. That's good. Good, a little bit more hype for the final season. I can respect that. I can get jive with that. But, yeah. Okay, so for the archetypes that need the support, despite everything... I'm sorry. I guess we're, like... The battling boxes would have been my choices, obviously. But, to be fair, they got support, so I don't know if they're in the running anymore. So, I guess for another one off the top... I can't think off the top of my head. Frickin'... No, Dragoon's got some recently. The Ice Bear's got a summon animation. God, there's so many freaking archetypes and I'm blanking on most of them. You know what? I was gonna say Blackwing, but they got the new the Blackwing Dragon thingamafudger, so that don't apply anymore. There was a time where we just like, can we stop getting Blackwing support? But now it's like, actually, can we get some again? Could it start again? But I don't know. Some people don't be like that. I don't know. My brain's fine. You know what we need? More hero support. Clearly, they've been. No. Give us some evil hero support. If I know heroes are supported death. We need more evil hero support. Give us that. Or vision hero. Like, you made these extra types of hero stuff. Give them some more stuff. And stop. Like, good that you brought the elemental heroes to duel. Not duelists. Rush duelists. We need more stuff with the master duelists for them. Specifically them. You know, like if you want to give yourself like one elemental hero to celebrate, fine. But other than that, give them some stuff. I just didn't make hero support. I had become public enemy number 1. But overall, I think the support was really great and would really help the Cipher archetype out. Because really, they've been left alone for so long. They need anything, bro. Like, they're not in a position to be, like, picky, like, what support they get. They just need it, bro. And they're cool overall. And, yeah, they didn't deserve to be, like, left to the wayside. Just be like, okay, we made this archetype. That's enough. We'll stop now. Because, like, I don't even think Photon and Galaxy are that good, to be honest. Like, if I played Duel Links, I've actually played the Cipher deck, to be honest, because... Photon and Galaxy have like freaking 500 cards, and honestly, not a lot of the good ones are in Duel Links. Meanwhile, all the Cipher cards are in Duel Links, so it's like, I'm just going to that engine, thanks. And heck, having fewer cards is actually a benefit, because you only got like a 20 to 30 card deck, so you can practically run the entire Cipher engine and not miss anything. You don't have Cipher X or Blade Dragon, but you don't really need it. Or Neo Ultimate, you only really have Cipher Dragon, but hey, they can make it do with that. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, at least they're good in Duel Links. That makes it better, okay? No. But I think the support is really good and would really help out those Cipher monsters again. And I think you did a good job with this S-Code Knight. So, good work supporting the Archetype that you love. And especially good work on that ending with the Draco Greendale versus Mephiles stuff. I thought... I was just waiting for the black screen so I could answer the questions. And then I just got sucked into the moment. Sometimes I'm glad I don't hit pause. But yeah. Great work, excellent stuff. Glad I checked it out, and it was a pleasure to see. Hopefully this review thing was good for you, and yeah. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will probably answer it there. So until next time, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!